Yo, 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 yo. If I can get a mic check, that would be great. If I could get a mic check, that will always be great. Let me know. Put it in the chat. I know y'all on the YouTube side, so it's gonna be a little slight delay, but put that in for me ASAP, please. Let me know. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. Sharita, what up? What up? What up? Big 7-figure Sharita, get the money bag, Bagby. We talking about the extraordinaire business chat moderator, the boss of the business chat in the Patreon. Appreciate you, Chantel, the voice. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Maximum Rosin, what's happening? What's going on? Everybody that's in here, click the thumbs up button for me, please. Trying to get the little algorithm popping to get our little special circle. So everybody thumbs up for me. Tracy, appreciate you. What's happening? Yeah. Man, I should have put this joint at 8. It's really 10 o'clock in my head. I forgot. I didn't really pay attention to time going back, which this is where we're supposed to be on standard time. And so I was just like, but it's still 9 o'clock, I guess. Right. Meta. What's happening? Ooh, that term meta gonna come up today in today's conversation. That's definitely coming up. Metamorphosis. Yeah. Meta's coming up today for sure. So what's happening, Meta? The Jubilations of Jamie, man, that name is just so fire to me. It just sounds like a documentary or something. You know what I'm saying? All right. But what's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? When I see Mose, I be like, that's Moshe in my head from the Hebrew. You know what I mean? But what's up? What's up? What's up? So peace, family, peace, peace, peace. Everybody, click the thumbs up for me. J Universal, I see you in there and whatnot. What's that? Dalifium? Gotta excuse me, I was held back in second grade. So y'all, Askia, what up? What up? What up, man? We're gonna get back to Kabbalah. I absolutely promise. We absolutely are gonna pick back up, but y'all still study that on the side. But we absolutely gonna pick it up. I just got a little bombarded with some things and whatnot. But what's up? What's up? All right. So look, first and foremost, thank you for coming. I appreciate your time. I really do. Be sure to click the thumbs up button and the like button stuff. And we're gonna have a great conversation. It's gonna be a twofold conversation tonight. The first part is gonna be as above. The second part, we really gonna journey on the below, but the below is in the heart. You know what I'm saying? So for me, we gonna journey into this thing. We really gonna journey into the heart and show you what scripture and show you what science is saying. All right, which to me is just the quick little obvious blueprint on, only thing we got to do is just do this, and then everything should just be flowing. Okay. All right, man. So before we get started though, I guess we want to say what? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This just in the name of Allah. And you got to understand something too, that I don't know if y'all know, but don't think that Allah is a Muslim God. That is absolutely false. I go around the corner to the Egyptian Coptic church, and they literally from Egypt now. You know what I mean? And in Christianity, God's name is Allah if you speak Arabic. So it's not a Muslim thing. Okay. So we got a lot of misconceptions that we really got to really get to the core of, because if we truly know, and hopefully by the will of Allah, that you will be able to see tonight that this thing is a beautiful science. Okay, a beautiful, beautiful science. All right. So I just want to give thanks and praises to the Most High. That could be El Elyon. When you understand Semitic languages, you're gonna understand that people, family, and you got to understand that it's talking about the same thing. Even when we go outside of Semitic languages and start dealing with basic common sense, right? That you understand that, okay, They call it this and this, but it's going to be important for you tonight. I'm giving you a heads up. You need to identify what this name is that resonates with you, because you're going to have to nurture that. You're going to have to love that. I'm telling you off rip. So you better start to probing your mental Rolodex and see what really is popping and resonating with you and get in tune with that. All right. All right. So um with the um with the as above thing, man, I'm just gonna flat out tell you that salute to everybody in the Patreon, because y'all know what it is. Y'all seen this, but bear with us. This is for people who may not have seen this part. You haven't seen the heart part 2, but you've seen majority of part 1. This is by far, in my opinion, I'm not saying this because, I'm just telling you the truth, man. Like, this is the dopest ish that you're gonna ever see when you really understand it in its entirety, right? It's the dopest. I'm also under the presumption that you guys already know the ABCs of as above, so below. This is what I mean. You know that the 3 pyramids in Egypt points to these 3 stars in Orion's belt. I don't have to do that. You know that, right? If you don't know, now you know, okay? The pyramids in Orion in Egypt point to these 3 stars known as Orion's belt. You know this, okay? You know that the beautiful story of the disciples, the 12 disciples, the 12 judges of Israel, um, the 12 tribes of Israel, these 3 things in the Bible, the 12 disciples, the 12 tribes, and then the 12 judges, especially the judges, because it's interesting. One of the judges is a woman. Yes, Deborah. Okay. Which this is a model off of the 12 constellations. Okay. And so within the 12 constellations, one of them is a woman, Virgo. Okay. And the other 11 are masculine. Okay. So anyway, or animal form. So this you know this. If you don't now, you know that. Okay. You know that religious bodies, the church, when it comes to Easter, when it comes to Christmas, these are astronomical phenomenons, astronomical alignments. Christmas is predicated upon the winter solstice, December 21st on average, right? The sun is at its lowest peak. We call this the shortest day of the year, which means this is the longest time that we have darkness. As you see right now, darkness supersedes light where we at right now. Okay. And so it appears that the sun sits still about 23 degrees south in its declination, looking like its angle for about 3 days. And on the 3rd day, it starts to come back up. And then from Christmas, the days start to get longer, slowly but surely. Okay. So this whole thing is an astronomical phenomenon. Easter changes every year. If you simply Google, why do Easter change every year? Google it. It'll tell you that Easter is based off of 2 things. The first thing is you must make it to March 21st. Time out. Why March 21st? That's the equinox. Days and nights are even. First day of spring. You have to make it to March 20th, March 21st first. As soon as you make it there first, then the first full moon that comes after that, that full moon is called the Pascal full moon. And then once you have that full moon, the following Sunday is Easter. So Easter is waiting upon a full moon, but that full moon must come after the March equinox. Facts. And this will happen sometimes in March, sometimes in April. Okay. So if you don't know, now you know. Okay. So you know the basics of as above, so below. And now religions, in this case, Christianity, And I can go in all of them. They'll come out and align something and then give us a festival. And that's dope because what you're doing is you are aligning yourself up with universal natural law. Magnificent. I'm not mad at you. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay? So then when you can morph it and come all the way up into the future and come to the United States of America, which got the dopest calendar system by far, come to the United States of America, you come to Washington, D.C., by the way, which was mapped and surveyed by a black man, Benjamin Banneker. You can go look that up. Okay. Lined up the federal triangle with 3 stars. Okay. Regulus, Spica, and Arcturus. Okay. Which is the Capitol building, the Washington Monument, and the White House. Now, the Washington Monument, 555 feet, and there's an ordinance in DC, can't nothing supersede that structure in its height because we in America must pay homage to what? The stars, an alignment. So we know that July 4th, the independence, the sun is approximately about 13 degrees Cancer. And on that day, the sun in Sirius, the brightest star in all of the heavens, I repeat, the brightest star in all of the heavens, the sun and Sirius are in perfect straight alignment. So we call that independence. It's at 13 degrees Cancer. The country starts at what? 13 colonies. 13 stripes are still in the flag to this day. Okay? It takes Sirius, because it has a companion star that's invisible called Sirius B. They swap, or not swap, but A goes around B, maybe B around A, but the A and B, they switch about the rotation rather is about approximately 50 years. Hence, we have 50 stars in the flag, and we went for 50 states. Not 51, not 52. The 51st state is waiting for you. That's what it is. It's waiting for you. But the 50 states is a replication, or it's a replication and paying homage to the 50-year Syrian A, Syrian B cycle. While the stars, where the stripes rather 13 is the location of the body in space that we're referencing. Kudos to you. Because you know Sirius goes all the way back to the Dogon, African, West Mali, and then Sirius goes into Egypt when you're dealing with who? Isis, aka Sebdet. Okay? So now you know as above, so below in real life. Okay? Okay. Now let's space jam a little bit here. Let's get into some things. All right. I need y'all to click the thumbs up button for me. All right. So this is a scripture that says, I will show you wonders in the sky above and signs on the earth beneath. I don't want to get into the gangster stuff. I just want to show you that they'll show you some signs in the sky above and signs on the earth beneath. Okay. As above, so below. All right. All right. So I'm going to back up a little bit. Again, my people on the Patreon, bear with them. All right. Holy Quran 6 verse 96. And he rendered the sun and moon to serve as what? Calculation devices. Come on, man. We're supposed to be using this sun and moon to calculate some things. Okay. Creating culture. That's what we're supposed to be doing because we following somebody else's culture all the time. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just showing you, you know, this is how it works. All right. All right. So I wish I can blow this up. How do ya blow? Could I blow that up? Possibly. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right. So this is interesting. The Sufi Book of Healing that highlight there is one immediate condition on the soul, which is known as Hall, called Afghan. And Sufi parlance, which refers to the overwhelming joy and love one feels when confronted with or granted with the glimpse of the very presence and reality of God himself. One is compelled to shed sweet tears. That touches me because I always say, me and my brother Yusef TK, we cry when we talk about God and the revelations that we be seeing and how things check out. Literally, in sweet joy. We got to get to a place of where you know. See, when you know, this is a place of knowing. It can bring you to sweet tears. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna back up. So again, I'm taking this from the place that some of y'all don't know. All right. So in the Bible, there is this thing called the column of smoke. Okay. And also known, another translation says it's a pillar of cloud. Okay. And I want to pay attention to the bottom underline. And there was a cloud in the darkness, and it lit up the night. Okay. What do you mean a cloud in darkness, but it lit up a night? A cloud lighting up the night? What are you talking about? So then I asked the question, is this the cloud that lit up the night? Because there's something that's known as the Milky Way rift, which is the center of our galaxy. Okay. It has a location, which I'll show you. In ancient times, in the Inca, here it is right here. Okay. And in Egypt, here it is right here. Newt. Okay. That's what I'm saying. This is a universal science. Okay. All right. So now it'll tell you, what's that yellow underline? Sagittarius A is a compact radio source. Okay. It tells you this. Okay. So it's a radio source. That Milky Way rift has a dark hole that's there that emits radio signals, and it's about 26,000 light years away. Okay. All right. Now, so are you implying God is a radio? I absolutely am. Do you know that science used something called radio telescopes all over the earth and synchronize radio wavelengths to understand what is in space, to get data, because they can't, quote unquote, see it when it's emitting a radio wave, which means it's not on the visible spectrum of light to be seen. In the beginning was the what? Was the word. So we got to learn how to fine tune our radio signal. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you in Hebrew that radio and wireless in the green circle starts with the word God. Because on the right hand side, you see the same two letters again that represents God. L. Yes, that's what it says. L. Okay. The first two letters when you spell Allah. When we come to English and we say Elohim, we say E-L. Okay. But that letter is A. Okay. All right. So anyway, so radio and God is the same thing. Okay. So now I'm going to show you something on what we do with space, because we're talking about as above. And this is what I'm saying. Listen, I'm probably going to say this one time. Well, this is going to be my last. Know my work intimately. Like really know my work intimately. And I'm not saying that out of ego. I'm saying it from, I'm about to get ready to show you how powerful God is and how powerful you are when you align with this source called God. Okay. And I think that when it comes to the demonstration of proving thoughts create reality or God is real, nothing is fucking with this. I just got to keep it that real with you. Okay. When it comes to space and thoughts. So on July 4th, I'm in the Patreon and I'm telling the Patreon, hey, get ready, because on the 18th, we going to do something at 11:11. And the Holy Quran has a beautiful verse. It says, verily, I call to witness the planets that recede. Whoa, what do you mean you call to witness the planets that recede? You do what? So I know that on 7/18, the moon is going to be in front of the galactic center, the radio source. Okay. So July 4th, we post this. So on July 18th, mind you, it said what? 11:11. So I went outside a little early, do my prayer to open it up. And lo and behold, you see it's time stamped on my phone. There is a pillar of smoke. Isn't that what the scripture said? The scripture said a pillar of cloud. Should I go back? Made me go back. Yes. Yes. Let me find it. Y'all saw it. Let me see. What do it say? Pillar of cloud. Some say a column of smoke. Yes. Okay. This is the only cloud in the sky that day. And I said, boy, that's what you would say. Allahu Akbar. God is the greatest. You are so magnificent. You mean to tell me the sky is clear and we about to come outside in 30 something minutes and get busy and call on you and use the moon as a calculation device, as you said in the Quran, and there is a pillar of cloud right there? Oh my God, this is beautiful. So here's what it looks like on an astronomy program. The moon is at the galactic center, dead in the middle of the Milky Way rift. Okay? So on July 18th, when you go search the astronomy news and the science news, they say, hey, another immediate mass black hole is discovered at the center of the galaxy. Now, you may say, well, this came out before y'all even did the event, but I'm already on record on July 4th, timestamp in the Patreon when I posted it and say, get ready, y'all. Get ready. So on the day that we go in, a new black hole is discovered at the precise location we about to call on God. Tell me who God is. This is why I'm saying nothing can with this. So what do the Quran say? Verily in the heavens and the earth are signs for the believers. So if you don't believe this, you ain't a believer. And that's cool if you're not. But I know one thing. There's a beautiful book that talks about niggas who don't believe. And I shall not be one of those. Because, see, I believe so much that I get my black monkey ass up and go to a mountain and call on God and try it to see. And the reason why I think people don't is because we really don't believe we get an answer on a scale big enough to be able to come back to show improve. The minister, the pastors, the bishops. COVID come and you let government, I'm salty about that. COVID come and the government shuts you down as if God can't remove COVID. Oh, I'm salty about that. I ain't gonna even lie about it. I'm religious type of salty about that. Utter disrespect. July 29th come around. You see it stamped. The flyer says, though, hey, we're going to focus on Jupiter red eye activation on 8/27. On 8/27, the moon is at the other part of the Milky Way rift. Opposite Scorpio that y'all saw in Sagittarius is what? Taurus and Gemini. You notice that little band of light that's by that horse? That's the other part of the Milky Way rift. So it's two sides to this thing. So now we're going to play on this side, okay? All right. Well, what happened the very next day? Astronomers discover new odd radio circle near the center of our galaxy. Are we not now 2 for 2? Come on. Keep count. Are we not 2 for 2? A mysterious ring invisible at all wavelengths, except radio, could be a trace of a dramatically unstable star shedding its skin. The very next day. Oh, it gets better. So as they go into this thing, they say, hey, the ring itself is only seen at radio wavelengths. Didn't I do the previous lecture and tell you that God is Radio Rahim? Because the black hole emits what? Radio waves? Yes? Yes? Then it goes on to tell you that, hey, furthermore, it appears from the point of view to be quite close to the galactic center. What a coincidence. It could be much closer or further away than the center of our galaxy, which is what? 26,000 light years away. Yes? I call this channel 26 when we focus over here. So now on 10/10/24, which I can show you, you can go back. Now science is saying Jupiter's great red spot is being squeezed. Some activity that's going on there. Yes? Okay. So then we do a total different. Here go the third one. Peace moon activation. This one blew my mind. This one right here, man, I had to get on my knees and like, yo, yo. So we do a peace moon activation. The moon gets in front of the galactic center. Hey, Patreon, we know what to do. We're going to do our thing on 9/11. It happened to be there on 9/11. So I said, okay, we're going to go in at 9/11. Okay. So you see the peace signal moon that's there. What happens 2 days later? Russia always open to Ukraine peace talks, Putin tells China. Interesting. Interesting. Y'all been going at it, and now all of a sudden you said you opened the peace talks. 2 days later, just that fast. You can program the matrix, ladies and gentlemen. There's a Sufi saying that man is God's greatest secret, and God is man's greatest secret. So here's a calendar of events from September, and I post this like the last month, the last day of August, so we can have a heads up for the whole upcoming month. And on 9/22, you see that we're going to have a fall equinox activation. Okay. So I post this like the last day of August. Okay. So 9/22, we're going to get busy because it's the equinox. It's the fall equinox. And we're going to do something. Well, when the equinox got here, equinox increases chances of a geomagnetic storm from solar eruption this week. Sunspot AR 3835 erupted on Sunday, September 22nd, during the Earth's equinox, when a glancing blow can cause a geomagnetic storm. 9/22. What did I say? At 9/22, at 7:22 in the morning, we going in. Okay? And what did they say? Hey man, on 9/22, some shit erupted in space. Is that now 4? But see, I'll show you another one. So 9/25, we're going to do the dog star activation. Now this one happens so fast that I just said, man, listen, this is there's some people on the other side. Okay. So what it would say? 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central, 4:30 Mountain, 3:30 Pacific. That means everybody lock in right now. Back in the day, I used to call these emergency broadcasts. This is serious. Serious with, I would spell like the star, because I would have us all get together and do these activations. I'm talking 2011. 2011. Right? That's a little while ago. Right? And so I'm saying at our precise time, we will coordinate the moon with Sirius. I'm showing you, and we're going to blow a silent dog whistle. Listen to what I said. Look at the instructions. Envision blowing a silent dog whistle and wolves howling at the moon. This is what I said. Now, I know you say, nigga, you are crazy. Emma, look what happened the very next day. Or that day. The Shiba coin, which, by the way, I made money off of before, not this cycle. I should have thought about it, but I didn't. The Shiba prototype dog meme has increased 50 times in one day. In Ethereum, Ether is not Ether, a spiritual thing, the invisible. Is not Ether one of your favorite diss songs in hip hop? Is experiencing 100 dogs barking. When did they drop it? September 25th, 2024 at 6:34. At 6:34 in the morning. Time out. Go back. What time did I say get together? 6:30. What did I say do? Blow the whistle. And the dog howling at the moon. So they said this is called 100 dogs barking. Okay. Now, let me take you back because you think, okay, well, okay, that's one. We've done this before, ladies and gentlemen. On the left, on Hip Hop Astrology TV, March 3rd, 2020. I said, let's call home, Sirius Star activation. On the right-hand side is an email that I sent out. I say, hey, we going live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern because back on March 3rd that you see on the left, we did a video called Let's Call Home Sirius Meditation. And on this video, Noble gave this instruction to simply imagine howling at the moon. As of recent, citizens all over the world are now using 8 p.m. their local time as a time to go outside and howl at the moon. The purpose of the March 3rd collective was to show that the cosmic field of God's mind would indeed return our collective thoughts via event that will mirror our intentions. We term this process galactic activation. Tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube. Look what happened. People across the globe are howling at the moon. Published April 13th, 2020. April 13th. What happened a month prior? I said, go outside and howl at the moon, documented here on YouTube. Then all of a sudden, a month later, people all over the earth come up with an idea to howl at the moon. You are programming the matrix. This is why me and Jews sit where we sit and stand where we stand when we get on the thing of I don't give a rat's ass about predictive programming because you are a programmer if you want to be. Illuminati ain't got shit on this in my book. Because the God that we serve is much higher than any evil force could ever be. Let's just keep it simple. Okay? So I'm showing you this. Okay? So here goes one on 10/8/2024 in the Patreon. Galactic activation, frequency 26. This is the last one because if you know how space and where we at in space and time right now, Scorpio season is right next to the galactic center. The sun is getting ready to align with the galactic center, so I can't use the moon no more. But don't worry. Don't worry, because next month in December, oh, it's about to get very, very beautiful on some inner work. I'm showing you the outer mystery. I'm just showing you the glory of the outer mystery right now. But anyway, this is frequency 26. Galactic activation instructions came in. And I wish that this was on 10/8. I can timestamp it in the Patreon. I got people in the Patreon that's in the chat that can verify this. On 10/8, I posted this, frequency 26. We going back in. And what happened 3 days later? Giant magnetic halo discovered wrapped around the Milky Way. And look at the person's name, Michelle Starr. You gotta stop playing with this thing. I done seen some stuff. I can show you some stuff that will blow your mind. I promise I could. Okay. Michelle Starr, Milky Way. Did we just not say we going back at frequency 26? Huh? 3 days later, boom. This thing is glowing. I know it is because it's our thoughts that's doing it. You done saw the creation of new stars. You done saw a creation of a new black hole. Man, you done seen it, man. Come on. This is why I call this the Kavod Elohim, the glory of God. I need y'all, everybody in there, if you didn't click the like button, hit the like button. All right. The glory of God. Okay. All right. So let me come out of this. Let me come out of this and get ready for part 2. Y'all ready for part 2? Y'all ready? It ain't gonna be long. Let me know if y'all ready for part 2. Drop it in the chat. Boy, I should have got me some water. I didn't think I was gonna need it. So let me know. Y'all ready for part 2? Let me come and see y'all real quick. Y'all ready? Let's remove this. Drop it in the chat. Let me know you ready for part 2. So that's as above. Okay. You are the true and living. This is why I keep saying it. This for me, this ain't got nothing to do with no, you a Jew, man, you way off. You way off if you understand the laws of light. It's only 6 colors in the visible spectrum of light. Your whole reality can only see what the 6 gives you. That's it. And when the 6 mix together, they create 12. Facts when you're dealing with color theory and you understand light. So 6 is light. Okay. All right. All right. So let's get ready to jam and get into some part 2, because this is my favorite part, the inner work right here. All right. So listen, the leading cause of death worldwide is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, cardiovascular diseases, the heart. Okay. The heart. Now, you know what the Holy Quran say? The Holy Quran says, in their hearts is a disease. Okay. And Allah has increased their disease. And I know you say, well, God, why would you do that? You better look at God from an internal standpoint and not an external God that's messing with you at this point. Okay. All right. But anyway, this is a fact. The leading cause of death on the planet Earth comes from heart issues. The Quran comes back and say, in your heart is a disease. Now, this is before these type of findings was coming out. All right. But anyway, so it's all about us getting ready to come on this journey. And I challenge you all that's listening to let's transform together. Let's transform together. And be not conformed. And we're going to get into this scripture because they totally botched this. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. What? You can prove what is good and acceptable, the perfect will of God? You're supposed to prove this? You're supposed to prove it. I'm good. Man, I don't want to sound arrogant, but boy, come on up out from the veil and ask, show me your works, young man, as it pertains to my glory of the universe. God, I can't wait to show you a PowerPoint. I tried, brother. I did this, and that, and all this that came back. You can't tell me it wasn't you, because you're supposed to be the author of all things, right? But anyway, we're supposed to prove this, right? Okay. All right. Well, what do they want us to transform? What do they want us to renew? They want us to renew what? They want us to renew our mind, right? And no. We're going to get into it. So here it is. Here we go. All right. Uh-oh. How do I get back to that blow up when I did that blow up? I have no idea how I got to that blow up, right? So anyway, hold on, let me see something, because that was dope, man. I really need that blow up. That blow up was, oh, here we go. Boop. All right. So, and not be conformed to the age. Ain't got nothing to do with the world. It do in a sense, but age. Be not conformed to this age. This, but be transformed by the renewing of the mind. Yes, that's what it says. Okay. So let's get into one of the definitions. Okay. You see ion, which means what? Look at the definitions on the left. Space of time and age, a cycle of time. Huh? Be ye not conformed to the cycle of time. Ooh, that's better for me because I love space time. Ain't the world, it's space-time. How do you be not, man, do not be basically conformed to space-time? What? Okay. All right. I get what you're saying. Now, let's get into meta. Shout out to Meta in the chat. Metamorpho means to transform. Yes? Look at the definition at the bottom. Change after being with. Morpho, changing form in keeping with what? Inner reality. I can't stress that enough. There is a change that is taking place, but you're keeping up within the inner reality. Hence, when you go inside that cocoon of the caterpillar, is it not an inner reality? You have to watch a time lapse video of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. I started to play it here, but y'all can go watch it. Yes, the caterpillar changed, but is it not the same intelligence that's within it? So it's a change but you're keeping the inner reality. And I saw it in the chat, but where's the inner reality? What did they tell you? They said this was the word for transform. What do it say? Renewing, a renewal or change of what? Heart and life. By the renewing that is heart. Okay? So you got to understand heart and mind. And you got to understand that the mind actually has a heart. Now, hold on. Let me share a different screen with you real fast just to show you something. We're going to look at a quick study. All right, let's look at this study. This is at the National Library of Medicine. Okay? They're doing electrophysiological evidence of intuition. We just going to get to the conclusion or the results on this thing. Where is it at? Number 2, right here. What does it say? Even more surprisingly, there is compelling evidence that the heart appears to receive intuitive, aka future information before the brain. Yes? Ladies, guess what it says about you? It is apparent interaction between the HBEPs and the ERPs in females, which suggests that the heart modulates the ERP and that females are more attuned to intuitive information from the heart. That ain't nothing new. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. That ain't nothing new. Yes? But when it comes to what they call intuitive information, science has found out that the brain and the heart is scanning environment for information that's yet to appear in our reality, and the heart is picking it up first. One study said the heart is picking up information 1.5 seconds faster than the brain. But we shouldn't be amazed at this, because without a heartbeat, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And the heartbeat, if we really understood it, is a sound wave that encodes information that tells the brain, yo, I need saliva production at this. I need sweat, stress, chemicals, this. I need this. It's the drum major. It's information. It just ain't a beat. Doom, 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 or lub dub, as they say. It just ain't that. It's information inside of there. It's instructions that come from here. Okay? So it makes sense that this, which is the generator of life, we deal with in the Patreon when we start to get in on the meditative side. This is the generator of life right here. Okay? So now science is coming and saying, listen, your heart has brain cells. Your heart has its own nervous system. Your heart has its own cells that remembers things outside of your brain. And I'm about to start showing you some of this stuff. All right. All right. So let's get back to the other slideshow. All right. Let's get back to it. Boop, boop. And all right. So check this. The Arabic root for heart is a 3-letter word, qalb, QLB. And if you do the numerical value, it's 132. Now dig this. Now, this sounds familiar, okay? And I'm like, well, what transforming the heart, right? Let me go back. Not only is this 132, the root word for heart means to turn and to change and transform. That's what it means. So here in the Greek, when they're saying renew, but renew actually means heart, guess what? In Arabic, it means turn, change, transform as well. This is why I keep stressing all of the schools be saying the same thing unless they specifically dealing with a subject matter that the other one does not. Okay? So the heart means to turn, change, transform. It has a numerical value, 132. We're going to visit that value a little bit later. But this story sounds familiar, ladies and gentlemen. Transforming the heart. That's in Egypt. Is that not Ampu, Anubis, the dog-head jackal, who weighs the deceased heart on the scale of Mayat against the feather, which represents thoughts? So your thoughts have to be as light as a feather. Your heart has to be as light as a feather. Yes. So I just showed you Egypt. I just showed you Arabic Islam. I just showed you Greek Christianity, all dealing with the same concept. And you best know everybody else is dealing with it. So when you see the Hindus, what are they telling you? When you go to the Indian continent, that's India, meditate, go within. That's India. When you come over to the other part of the Asian continent with the Buddhists, what they telling you? Meditate, go within. When you come over here to China, it's Grandmaster Zong, it's my grandmaster right here. In Taoism, although they meditate, they also take the art of cultivating energy in a different way of movement, Tai Chi, Qigong. This is the inspiration of Gudin Demin Tietong Ping Hong Dao, Fixed Gate, the way of heavenly balance in Mandarin. Okay. So the Chinese got it with cultivating the inner energy within yourself. Yes. Then when we come over here to Christianity, in the story, there's the transfiguration of Christ, where Christ ascends and then he's accompanied or comes, his two homies that's with him is like, yo, I see Moses and Elijah. Yo, nigga, what's going on? And they say he became bright as the sun. Remember that? That's in scripture. Well, we're going to have to get into that a little bit. Okay. Because that's mystic Christianity. You need this book. Because you see, I'm all about unlocking human potential. And I'm not going to not unlock my soul potential, not just human potential, my soul's potential. So if I feel like I'd rather do this than go have fun, and nothing's wrong with fun. Or if I'd rather do this than watch grown men play with balls, as I say, I'll just be that. I got work to do. Because when I see certain things, and I know what's in my lineage of my soul's lineage, I do this and I keep doing it. And I only do it, and I can see how I do it. I only do it to help people. I don't do it because I love niggas. Because I don't like niggas. when I come think about it, like, yo, he's some dangerous people. I don't like how they think. What's going on? I do it because it helps humanity. But anyway, the compendium of the miraculous. You need to get this so you can see human potential. So let's read on the left the aureoles, which is the light auras and the luminous radiance. Okay. So lights and rays of love. This phenomenon consists in the resplendent light or luminous irradiance that emanates at times from the bodies or stigmatic wombs of mystics, especially during contemplation or ecstasy. There are countless cases recorded. It is sometimes called luminous effluva, and it is considered an anticipation of the radiant splendor of a glorified body. There have been many instances of saints and other holy persons, i.e., Buddhists, Taoists, other people that's not in the church. So that's a pretty good way to say it. There have been many instances of saints and other holy persons, particularly contemplative ecstatics, who have been seen with lights, halos, and aureoles around them. Sometimes the light has flooded the room of the person in ecstasy. I'm going to show you that. Calling the attention of the graces he or she would have preferred to keep hidden. At other times, witnesses have seen a light falling in the shaft upon them or radiating from their figures. The earliest Western example of bodily luminosity comes from Judaism. Now, mind you, they're dealing with it from a Christian standpoint. Okay, Christians come from the Old Testament Judaism. So when Moses came down from Mount Sinai after face-to-face conversation with the divine, he was full of light, and the Israelites couldn't look at him because he was full of light. That's what that's about to say. Okay, all right. So this is what it looks like in real time. Okay, this is my shape. This is who. This is how I got into the Nation of Islam before we fully accepted the mystic path, when it was called upon us to accept the mystic path. And totally, it's light, just like what the book said would occur. And then on the left, you see a beam of light. And I would like to be a part of that. And I'm like, those Zikr beads that he got on his wrists, I was able to gift him those as a gift from me to him as a thank you from a Sufi master, who I'm going to show you what that Sufi master looked like a little later on. Okay. But this is firsthand experience. This is somebody who I know and somebody who brought me into the fold. Okay. This is the Divine Mother. I don't care what nobody tell me. This you see her, you bring gifts, you bring flowers, you bring plants, you kiss her hand. If not, bow down and kiss her feet. And I'm serious about that, because if I can show you so many pictures of this person right here that is so divine and so otherworldly that when they say God is a light, you get that in the Bible, you get that in Egypt, you get that in all these books, all these texts. Even when you start getting into what's called Western magic, God is a light. Yeah, that's real. Okay. So what they say, that halo, that aureole, the circle of light will be around you. This is a real phenomenon. Okay. Now that's me on the left-hand side. Somebody tried to take a picture, and then it was just the picture came back just totally just, lit up the joint. Okay. All right. So let's talk about cardiac phenomenon. Okay. This is real life stuff, real people that you just saw. So it ain't theory at this point. It's fact. Cardiac phenomenon includes those mystical events associated with physical heart of a mystic, symbolically referring to charity, God's overwhelming love of humankind. They include heartbeats audible to crowds or distant bystanders, immense enlargements of the heart, cardiac arteries, images and imprints of religious symbols, or flesh formation of the instruments of the passion actually revealed in the heart doing autopsies. Ladies and gentlemen, they are saying that you can come so in love with God in the symbols and archetypes that you associate with God, whether it be the passion of the Christ or whether it be Allah, no matter what it is, these symbols will be on your heart. And when they do an autopsy, it's going to be right there. You want to see it? Well, hear about it. So here's a story. St. Francis de Sales autopsy. His heart was removed and placed in a silver coffer in the church of the Visitation in Lyons. A clear oil has exuded from his relic at intervals throughout the years. His incorrupt heart was seen to be imbued with his blood almost 300 years after his death. You want to study up on love and the heart. This is a great person to study. He got a book, Dr. Keep saying Dr. St. Francis de Sales. Okay. His heart 300 years later still has blood. It's still in the same shape. It's exuding the oil 300 years later. Here it is right here. That's his heart that's inside of there that the Catholic Church keeps. Baptist Church, y'all got some work to do. See, there's nothing wrong with being a believer. See, when you go to the far end of being a believer, then you start being like the saints. That's fine. That's beautiful. But your concerts, I don't think the concerts is going to get you there. Okay. So his heart is preserved. All right. It's real life stuff, man. So here is the Sufi Sheikh, Bawa Muhyiddin. Can we get a bigger blow up on that? Come on, man. That looked like the bud of a rose. At the top part, that's a rose. This man's heart is on fire. And that's another thing too. That's in that book. And that's encyclopedia with dealing with the miracles. Turning your heart energy on, turning that light on. Now, I don't have no reason to tell no story to y'all, right? Let me come look at y'all real fast. I ain't got no reason to tell no story with y'all. All right. So we did in the Patreon twice a month. Last month was our first time doing it. We embark on a 3-day reset. We did a Yaki green juice challenge. Salute to everybody that participated. You were part of the catalyst that kept me and Yusef TK going. We on day 11 right now, all liquid, right? So yeah, I'm your boy gleaming right now, I think, right? But anyway, I'm just playing. But we on day 11, right? And within these timelines, these pockets that we dealing with, right? We're about to do some extraordinary things, and it's gonna be. I'm telling you, they be like, nigga, you be begging people, right? Yeah. But yeah, because it be for y'all good. It don't be for me though. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yo, I'll just be trying to put y'all up on game. But it would behoove you to really follow the instruction that I'm telling you, man. I ain't got no reason to lie to y'all, man. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, my vices ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't never been no problem scamming, like scamming niggas and lying. Like they ain't my twist, nigga. I come from a whole nother element of things, right? So that ain't my thing, getting over on people on some spiritual shit. You know what I mean? And people paying for shit and they'll never get it. That ain't my thing, right? So anyway, I was sitting at the table because I'm on day 11. And this was about 2 days ago. So it was like day 9. I kid you not. And I think we've all seen this. I think we all had this experience when you bend down and to pick up something and you come back up and you see these blinking lights, right? Well, one of those, but it was bigger than that. One of those came right here at my heart and blinked right where my heart was, like in front of my heart. Now, that's the God's honest truth. But if anybody, the Patreon know, when you see me and I drop the prayer, what do? I drop a gold heart. And it's a reason for that. But there's a certain focus that I got, obviously, when I'm doing that. And I'm telling you, I seen an external gold light appear in front of the heart. I'm just telling you this, okay? All right. So anyway, I think that's going to be important. All right. So anyway, look, let me backtrack a tad bit. The heart, the Qibla in Islam means the direction. Qibla means direction. I just want to show you something how dope this Quran is, man. All right. So look at definition number 2 at the top. Qibla refers to the directions Muslims face during prayer. Its numerical value is what? 132, because Kabbalah, QBL, like Kabbalah, Kabbalah. Okay, QBL 132. But yeah, didn't I show you 132 earlier? Is the heart. QLB, the B and the L just changed. Same numerical values. Okay. So now 132. Look how freaking awesome the Holy Quran is. 132 times is the number of times that the word heart, when it's used as a noun, qalb, is used. So its numerical value is 132, and then they mention it 132 times in the Quran. This is why, so when I be coming and I'm like, yo, come pray with me 5 times a day. This is what I'm talking about. You can just Google it. The word day is mentioned 365 times in the Holy Quran. The word month is mentioned 12 times in the Holy Quran. It's a mathematical composition on top of an Arabic symphony of sound to get you to activate the spirit within yourself. Okay? And it's using, man, this thing is vast. It's so much stuff on the Quran known as the miracles of the Quran. Not miracles, somebody getting healed. That happens too, but it's not in the Quran. It's in real life. The miracles of the Quran is talking about the scientific facts that has now been validated when you go back and reference the Quran. You understand what I'm saying? So, what I'm saying is, when I come with the Quran, know that I'm coming from a mystical point of view. This got nothing to do with this orthodox stuff. Nothing to do with that. It's 100% mystical. Okay. So then what's the true direction of prayer? The true direction of prayer is your heart, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, heart, the direction. In fact, the scripture in the Quran says we're going to turn your direction to the Kaaba. Turn your direction. I did this video. It's one of the last videos I did. It's actually on my other channel, Noble and Pooh's, on that channel. We're going to turn your direction. And turn means heart, as we just saw, right? So the heart in the Kaaba, or the heart in the Qibla, the direction, is the same thing. So you know what happened? And you know what's so I gotta say, I'm sorry. You know what's so fucking dope? This is one of the dopest shits I ever seen, man. For real. See, while the physical is the Kaaba, and I ain't no Muslim, and them people walking around this black thing. No, you're missing the point. The physical cube is a projection of your heart. But you know who know this? On the right-hand side, the Sufis. So the sheikh would get in the middle, and then everybody else will form layers of circle like an onion, like the Kaaba, and then they will get it in using sound. Man, stop playing. That's what I say. When I ask you, yo, come rock with me, come pray with me 5 times a day, I'm telling you, we going on a journey. I done been on this journey before, and I'm just coming back to say, hey, yo, let's ride. Let's go. This is magnificent. So this ain't got nothing to do with the physical side. And ain't nothing wrong with the physical side. That's like the people in church that believe. It's a starting point. Applaud them for where you are. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's all good. Believe, because we know what the power of belief does. Do you? If Muslims are going around the physical Kaaba and they think that's it, hey, man, alhamdulillah, good for you. I'm just saying, there's another group that's taking this tad bit further. and saying, listen, you are the Kaaba. You are the direction. Your heart is it. Let's get it in. Okay? So dig this. We can just look at the big print. I will put my instructions deep within them and I will write them on their hearts. This is in the Bible. God is going to write his instruction on the heart. Okay, let's look at Corinthians. You yourselves are our letter. What? Wait a minute, you mean to tell me a piece of paper ain't my letter? You yourselves are our letter, written on our hearts, known and read by everybody. You show that you are a letter from Christ, the result of our ministry, written not in ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on the tablets of human hearts. Ooh, the church get an amen for that one. Ooh, Paul was on fire with that. So you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? Listen, I gotta come look at you. Those of you in the Patreon, just in case you really don't know, you still kind of new. And those of you who want to come on in, listen. And I'm gonna show you a little bit of it. I'm under the presumption that you already know that your mind and you and God, y'all like this, and you about to strengthen that relationship. So to teach law of attraction and you know that already. If you don't know, act like you fucking know. Believe, have faith, damn it. Okay? You know that. You know that, hey, only thing I have to do is just imagine what I want and just keep it in my mind's eye and have faith and practice it as if I have it and it possibly can come true. It will come true. Yes. Can we please move on to a more transforming thing? And can we magnetize something bigger as a collective that will benefit us all individually? Okay? So when you see that scripture and it's not written on tablets, the vision board, which we're going to get on the vision board this Tuesday, coming up at Tea Time Tuesday, every Tuesday we get together. We're going to get on the vision board. But this scripture is taking you outside the vision board and telling you to come to the heart. Okay? And I'm not telling you, of course, because if you understand the vision board, which I'm going to show you on Tuesday, then you understand that, oh, hold on. In the world of physicality, that is needed. Money, visualization of things is needed in the realm of physicality. I know this. I told T Camp, I'm not going on another. The goal is 40-day liquid fast. That's the goal, right? And if I'm in the matrix, living like hustling and bustling in the world, like I ain't doing this again because I want to eat. And I love eating. It's part of my comfort and stuff. I just ain't, once I lose the weight that I want to lose, then okay, cool. I'm going to eat. I'll do that again when I'm off in the mountains on a 40-day thing, right? So I understand the importance of that. I'm telling you, what I'm going to show you in the vision board on Tuesday, when you understand what we call the mystic rectangle, building your four corners, your foundation, the money visual component of it is one of those cornerstones. Without a shadow of a doubt, I'm just showing you that the scripture is saying, aha, hey, up it up a notch. Okay. And I'm all about the challenge when it's time to up it up an ante. All right. Here's the Quran. The Quran says, listen, the most beautiful names belong to Allah. So call on him by them, but shun such men as use profanity in his names. For what they do, they will soon be requited. So the most beautiful names is what it says. Yes, what's the next slide? Okay. So I belong to no religion. My religion is love. My heart is my temple, the great Rumi. This is what I am telling you. If the Quran says the most beautiful names belong to Allah, and then you say, well, listen, man, my God is El Elyon, the Most High. Shaddai El Kai, Adonai, the Lord. Lord is Rob in Arabic. You're going to start coming across the same things. But the importance of this particular slide, the most beautiful names belong to God. As I said earlier, please find the name that resonates with you. I cannot stress this enough. Let me grab my charger. Please find the name. If it's Jah, if it's Ra, if it's Yemin Yah, if it's whoever, please find the name that resonates with you. Because I believe wholeheartedly, if you follow this formula, this a piece of this formula, this one thing, your life is going to dramatically change for the better. And it don't matter what happened, it's always for the greater good, but it is absolutely going to change. I'm putting a promise on that. If you follow this one formula, once you discover what the secret name is for you. All the mystery schools keep telling you the name is sacred. You have to discover it for yourself. You got to discover this name. Why do you have to discover it? Because you're going to put it here in the heart. And that is what is going to take root and ultimately start to blossom and fuel the growth. I'm telling you, you have to find that name for yourself. I can't stress it enough. The Quran, a universal book. All the beautiful names belong to God. Now, I know you ain't about to go pick a guy whose name is Booty Hole Brown. That may be beautiful to some people, right? I know you ain't gonna go pick a name whose God ugly. He's never went by those names. The names has always been majestic names, right? Find that. And when I say find it. Be comfortable within your system. A lot of us have journeyed for quite some time. And ain't nothing wrong with that. We had to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. Shit, I done been in Nation of Islam. I done been in Rosicrucian. I done been in Freemasonry. I done been in Kabbalah. So an aspect of Judaism, obviously an aspect of Christianity when you grow up. Study mystic Islam, Taoism, India Tantra, Hinduism, Buddhism. I'm on fucking 10. I done passed 10 fingers already. As far as the mystery schools I done been a part of, right? To find out they all saying the same thing. So now what does that mean? You have to find what is best for your temperament. And guess what? If they all don't, because all of them, everybody's missing the piece. This one got this one, this one got this one. And my favorite one to point out is the word for sexual relations in the Holy Quran is only mentioned one time. Everybody know that the Quran and Bible does not deal with sex as a spiritual vessel of enlightenment and the connecting of the souls and how we grow and yearn for one another and we become the two really create God, and it's the perfect mirror of what God is when we come together. They don't show you this. Now it's some dope stuff in the Songs of Solomon. That's some romantic, sexy stuff, boy. That gets you going, but they don't give you the science of it. It's only two schools. It's only two mystery schools that get into the sacred science of sexuality. Only two. Okay? So Western religion, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, no. You're not gonna get it from there. You ain't gonna get it from Native American. You ain't gonna get it from there, right? So I'm saying that to say, once you understand your puzzle pieces, put them together and implement them. It may be your system. It just may be, right? So don't think that Taoism didn't have an aspect of Confucius in it, from Confucius in it, right? And Buddhism in these blends, please. Indian Tantra went to China, and Tantra and Taoism was like cousins, right? Okay. The famous, beautiful story of the missing years of Jesus, and they say, oh, he was in India and he was in Egypt and he was learning this and this and that. Yes. Now put it together. Find the one source, the name that resonates with you and cultivate. Now, here's the formula. Okay. Here's the formula. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wait a minute. Let me show you this real fast before I get into the formula. Be important to this. All right. So years ago, this is 11 years ago, I invested in this technology. Okay. So this is my heart earlier. Look at the date on the right, 11/3/24. I got on at 3:41 p.m. in time. I was only on for 2 minutes. And so I was purposely distracting myself for the first minute to see how my heart was doing, to see how it will do. And then exactly at the 1 minute mark, I purposely centered in on the heart to change my frequency. And then you can see the rhythm started to change into a more coherent rhythm. Now I got it on the highest challenge, as you can see at the top, to say challenge high. Okay. But my point is, I've been invested in technology that deals with this. The heart, as I showed, ladies and gentlemen, like seriously, this is the number one killer. And for real, I had high blood pressure. I used to have high blood pressure. I was too big, right? Part of the reason for the fast, right? It's too big, high blood pressure, hypertension too, right? Getting headaches, if it kick in too high, right? You're killing yourself, homie. You're literally eating yourself to death is what you're doing, right? Cut it out. So there's ways that we can monitor this now, okay? So I just wanted to show you that I took my own, and this is today's date. I took my own heart, got on it because I know what to do. I said, okay, let me swap it. Let me get on and just show how fast. Literally, I waited a whole minute on purpose. And then when I got to that 1 minute mark, I said, now do this. And then it started to change. Okay. And so, especially people on my Patreon, because I want to kind of know people before, but I'm opening up space for you to come in person to get this, to get on this technology, to get on the aura chakra machine. Most importantly, to have the technique that will reverse your situation when it comes to the energy of chakras, the colors of your aura, stress relaxation level, and heart. Okay. So I just want to show you that. All right. All right. So here's the challenge. Here it is right here. Can your ego find the name, allow you to find the name that resonates with you and pray 5 times a day? This ain't got nothing to do with you being Muslim. Let me just give it to you in nigga terms. You're hijacking the Muslim time, the timeline. That's all you're doing. Like, you just gotta call a spade a spade. The truth is the truth. They're the most disciplined when it comes to prayer. You ain't touching them boys unless you go off and be a Buddhist or a Sufi or you go into the monk stage of the game. But if you regular in the world, oh, you ain't touching this. You ain't touching it. So there's an app. I should have put it on here. It's called Muslim Assistant. Get it. It's free. Got ads on it, of course, but it's free. It's going to synchronize with your city. And when the time of prayer go off, pray in your most sincere way to the name that you have discovered within you. And here's a kicker, because I love you. Now, I know earlier I said I don't like niggas, and I don't. But I have love for humanity. And if you ain't a nigga, you good. You know what I mean when I say that? Pray in the direction of your heart, because I just showed you that's what it means, Qibla. I showed you earlier that the heart has its own intuitive faculties. It knows when you're speaking to it. So pray towards the heart sincerely 5 times a day. Now think about this though. Now, if you're having a little bit of resistance, what is that? What is it? That's a hell of an ego, ain't it? I pray 5 times a day. I ain't no damn, you know how the old people, I ain't no Muslim. This ain't about that. This is about you just utilizing the timeline. That's it. To start a new routine of energy. You know what prayer mean in Islam? What they say, hey, it's time for salat. You know what salat mean? Connection. I said, God damn, that's beautiful. Connection. Salat means connection. Okay. And you know another thing that's beautiful? Let me look at you real fast. We almost about to wrap this up. Y'all all right? So on the app in the morning in the last prayer, you would hear what's called the Adhan, the call of prayer. And I've always found the Adhan to be so beautiful, right? Right? It'd be like, Allahu Akbar, God is the greatest. Allahu Akbar, God is the greatest, right? And then it'd be like, Ashhadu Allah, ilaha illallah. There's no God but God, right? So that's beautiful, right? Ashhadu Allah, ilaha illallah. There's no God but God. Like, oh, they're saying it twice. Okay, that's beautiful. And then it'll say, Ashhadu an Muhammadan Rasulullah. Right? And it's like, oh, snap. Muhammad is his messenger, right? Now dig these next two sentences. Now they're repeating everything twice, but dig these two. And I fell in love with this. It was like, Aya Salah. Aya Salah. Hurry to prayer. Hurry to prayer. That's what it means. Aya Salah. Hurry to prayer. Hurry to prayer. And now here's the kicker that did it for me. This sentence right here after that. And they be rhyming. They be spitting bars in the Quran. I'm telling you, niggas wrote the Quran. I'm sorry. Strike me down. I'm sorry. But I got to talk this way. Niggas from a whole nother side, if you believe in Anunnaki, them niggas wrote the Quran. I'm telling you. The way that they talk, we could have drowned you on Noah's boat. Man, that's something your mama, man, we could have drowned you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you when you read it. I'm telling you. So anyway, so it'd be like, Hiya, Asalah, hurry to prayer, hurry to prayer. Here go the next word. Hiya, Afala, hurry to success. I said, get up. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me? So my mind goes back in a time travel to a dusty, dirty, sandy Arabia where they wasn't popping like that. They wealth was, they poor and illiterate. And y'all telling me there's no God but God. Muhammad is his messenger. Hurry to prayer, hurry to success. I said, man, that's beautiful. Hurry to prayer, hurry to success. Man. Anyway. So let's get back to it, man. I'm sorry I be going on them tangents, man, but it's just a beautiful thing. All right. So a little heads up, Patreon heads up. You already know you got the calendar full moon heart chant with the Sufi master. Okay. On the full moon, we getting busy. This upcoming full moon, I think, is on the 16th. If you do not have your Zikr beads, get you some Zikr beads, also known as Dicker. These are my 33 counts. There's a certain Dicker that I do. Oh, I got it with the sun today. But a certain Dicker that I do, it's a chant that I do. You know, that's man, my crown is vibrating right now. Seriously, like it's pulsating. But it's been doing that last year when I was doing Tai Chi and Qigong. But get you, this is a 33 count. On my wrist is a 99 count. You know what I'm saying? But a 33 count, right? So let's just say I want to say whatever. I love you, God, right? One, I love you, God. Two, I love you, God. You don't count the number, but you just moving. I love you, God. Boom. And you just going through it. And maybe your goal is to do 99 or 33 or 132. Because 132 we saw was the heart. Yes. The heart, 132. Well, if you break 132 divided by the what? 4 chambers of the heart equals what? 33 per chamber, 33 beads. So maybe I'm doing some type of concentration. I love my heart or whatever it may be, right? 33 times for each chamber in my heart, perhaps. Okay. But get you some counters. All right. Very important. Okay. So we're going to get ready to start doing this. And this is the full moon and new moon that the new moon, I'm going to tell y'all don't see it. The new moon, we're going to focus on silence. There's a sound in silence. And I asked this question and I asked y'all in the chat. Y'all can put it in the chat. I hear it right now. At 3 o'clock in the morning, though, or anytime that you can get real complete silence, you're going to hear a pitch, you're going to hear a noise. Try to Englishsize that. Is it making I, A, E, I, O, U? What is it? What is that sound? There's a sound. So to learn how to not project from the mind and just ride the frequency of, because what did they tell you? Our source, literally, our source, meaning the earth, the solar system, our source is our local Milky Way galaxy, which is 26,000 light years away, which is a radio source. So sound is coming from the source of the galaxy here and resonating. So learning how to tune into divine sound. I got that initiation in Kriya Yoga, divine sound, but you can hear it. I hear it right now. I'm more sensitive on my left side when it comes to hearing, so I can hear it, right? So learning that's the new moon, full moon, the dicker. Okay. So heads up. All right. And whoop, whoop, whoop. What we got? This is what the calendar look like. All right. All right. So Tea Time Tuesdays on Tuesdays. All right. At 8:30 now and all the way through February to the light come back on our side. Then we switch the calendar up for the young season, for the masculine season. But we get it in, and we're gonna talk about this vision board. We're gonna build on these four corners. So everybody in the Patreon, y'all get y'all behinds ready. Get your foundation, get your four corners ready. Because we need you need to have this ready before 25 get here. All right. 3-day juice reset on the 8th and 10th. We do that twice a month. Why do you do it there? That's the first quarter and third quarter of the moon phase. Why is that important? Because the theory, and I'll tell you when it's a theory and I'll tell you when it's a fact. The theory that we're rocking with is simple. The earth is being pulled in two different directions. It's called neap tides, ladies and gentlemen. And when this happens, the earth is being pulled in two different directions. The front side of the earth and the side of the earth is being pulled. The moon is on the side of the earth in reference to the sun. So imagine 3 o'clock on the wall clock. The moon is at 12, the earth is in the middle of the clock, and the sun is at 3. So as the earth is being pulled on from two directions. The earth is being pulled on from two directions, then the pathogens and the viruses in the body are being pulled on and being pulled apart into two different directions. Time to attack. Because when the moon and the sun are perfectly together in a straight line, the high tides are higher and the low tides are higher than the average low tide. Okay. Free business coaching with Sharita twice a month, man. She in the chat, 7-figure coach, man. I'm so grateful for her because she don't have to do that, which she do inside of there, because she's you know, shit, man. She in Houston getting that Houston oil money. Seriously, really getting oil money clients. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to come back and give it to the people is a blessing. Okay. And then again, you know, Tea Time Tuesday, we just do our thing. All right. So in this pop-up stuff, I do pop-up stuff all the time. Pop-up webinar because Spirit told me to give it to you. Here it is in the chat. All right. And so the Patreon is what? It's only $15, man. Only $15. It's a spiritual offering, right? And it's just is what it is. All right. Okay. So join us, man, because it's about to get real interesting. The Order of the Golden Heart. Yeah, the Order of the Golden Heart. A lot of heart frequency, a lot of proof, a lot of, you know, I love proof. A lot of proof, tangible, physical things that you can see that's measurable. You know what I mean? That you can do to live a better life all across the board. You know what I mean? So that's who Ampu is. You know, Ampu is the opener of the way, the one that opens it up and gets into the heart chamber. So my slogan is, guess what? I don't want your mind. I want your heart. I don't want your mind. The mind got a lot of shit with it, man. It got a lot of shit with it. Jen, can I mess with you? Can I mess with you, Jen? All right. I was talking to Jen earlier. It was like, you know, Jen wanted to manifest something. You know what I'm saying? And it came quickly. But then Jen was like, but in reference to something else, yeah, I mean, I'm with you, but I don't know if I'm manifesting. I don't know if I'm doing it right and whatnot. I said, what? Excuse me? Wait a minute. You just manifested this like quickly. You didn't even know it was going to be to this extent. And I said, so if I was God, I would be like, God damn, y'all some ungrateful. You're an ungrateful nigga. You just said you wanted to make this the center of your life, and I gave it to you so fast and unbeknown to you. Now you overwhelmed that you got it, and then you questioning if you know how to get in contact with me, right? To give you shit. Damn, you an ungrateful nigga. See, that's the mind, right? Now I don't mind helping, but what I'm saying is, I don't want the mind. I want the heart. And when I say I, it's more of a collective, right? You. I want the mind. It's here. When you live from here, it becomes like, it's just simple. It becomes simple. This confuse you. He play tricks on you all the time. That's what he do. Play tricks on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's here. All right. So all right, man. So any questions real fast? What time is it? 10:30. I mean, I'll take some questions, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all in here. Appreciate y'all. If you didn't click the thumbs up button, click the thumbs up button just so we can get a little bit more support on the algorithm and whatnot. But you can always catch me right here on Patreon. You know what I'm saying? You know. Oh, let me show you. That's what I was gonna show you. Yo, I'm slipping. I see my man James in here. James said he on fire because he rocked with me and my bro, right? Man, shit. James is on top of the motherfucking list. What I'm doing? Look at James balling. Close a $5,100 commission testimonial. Clap it up for Mr. James. Huh? Oh, your boy came through with 7,200. Me, myself, and I did. Clap it up. Shout out to CC, the lottery moderator. She runs our lottery chat. She then came back and bang, what? Hit them for 1,100. And she gave us the numbers to play this month, right? Which I got to get on ASAP. All right. So salute to CC that's doing the thing. She didn't crack them. I love this one, man. I love this one. You know, I've been out of work since my husband has passed. God bless. I only had 9.2 hours of PTO. My employer only granted me 36 hours of bereavement time. Staying connected with you all, I have been granted a check for $23.46 in the mail from a charity fund for employees with unexpected emergencies, and my FMLA has been approved so that I would get paid until 11/9. My staff raised $2,500 for me and several meals. I can't make this up. I am feeling grateful. Salute to Miss Lolita. All right, now. Myra salute got an unexpected 184. Where was it? This one right here. I just stopped because I can go on and on and on with these. This was funny to me. It wasn't a check, but doing some grocery shopping. And why did someone come up to me and hand me $100 bill saying, God told me to give this to you? I'm gonna stop right there, man. That's the vibe I'm talking about right there. Where strangers come up to you and say, there ain't no strangers. That's really an angel. That's an angel in human form. The Quran tell you that. The Bible tell you that too, right? And so it's an angel in human form that sees your beautiful, glorious light, your work. And that's what I mean. And this is what I'm saying. The sincerity of 5 prayers a day for me, speak for myself, is something else. I'm like, yo, why haven't I been doing this? This is retarded, right? I start to schedule my day around it. Hey, now little dude, my son, you're gonna have to sit still, bro, until after prayer, then I'm gonna come through. Like I can't miss it. Now I can make up the prayer if I want to, but if I can control it, I don't want to miss it. The highlight of my day is prayer. No bull crap. Everything else is secondary. Oh, I got some money today. I finally closed on the deal. The joy is prayer, especially my bonus prayer, which is sunrise, because this is an eastern window for me. And that sun come up over the horizon and hit this plant right here, and then it moves south and starts hitting everything right here. So if I get in here early enough, I can sit in my chair in front of the sun, and then I can do a technique that I got that I'm about to share with y'all, right? So the joy of my day, I kid you not, I'm not making this up. I'm serious. Prayer. Anybody in the chat, in the Patreon, you've been on the 5 prayers. Have you got to a point where this is your joy? Put it in the chat. All right. But anyway, any questions though? Oh, last thing. I see a reminder. Okay. Listen, But I want to know that in the chat. Put that in the chat. Jubilation to Jamie. See, keep on coming. If y'all practice the 5 prayers, is this becoming your joy? Right. This is my last reminder, y'all. Seriously, please take this to heart. The spiritual systems, the religions, the schools, know the difference between the external. See, the Freemason and ain't like that's external, right? When we come in and we do the ritual work, right? The Rosicrucian, and we writing down this, and we visualizing that, and that's external. There's nothing wrong with that. You need this. What do I mean? As above, so below. Where's the internal practice? You see, a lot of systems deal with like incantations, the conjuring in a sense, right? That's masculine. That's outgoing. That's this one. Where's the feminine component at? The internal aspect, where the real mystery is, the transformation, the fulfillment within. See, the external, when you strictly yang, you would keep being yang, and then you would keep thinking that it's external, external, external. The feminine brings you back in. You have to enter her. Oh boy, don't we love entering her, right? We have to enter her. Okay. So that's within here. Okay. So the prayer, the 5 prayers, that's here. That you don't think that's external like that. You're connecting with internal. See, when you do ritual work as a wizard, me, if I do ritual work in a sense, right? I'm casting. That's why they call it casting. You're casting this masculine. You're throwing out. But it's just you constantly put out. What are you bringing in? That's the question. What is fulfilling you that's coming in? Because a void can get created. That's why you got to marry these 2 sciences. You got to really, really marry them. Okay. So when I give you that invitation, come on with me. All right. Because this is really an internal journey of the feminine mysteries. Wait till I show you what some of this stuff in the Quran mean when it deals with prayer and some stuff, and how stuff points to women and have the same frequency as women. Certain words that are highly revered words, principles, deal with women, right? So it's an inner mystery, but everybody know that. I just showed you earlier the Egyptian goddess knew this Milky Way. That's feminine. The Shekinah in Hebrew, the feminine presence of God. The presence of God manifests itself in the feminine form. This is why on Friday evening, on the Sabbath, the start of the Shabbat, only the woman can light the Shabbat candles if you're in a household with a woman. Now, if you're single, they say God don't dwell there. but no, but you can light the candle if a woman ain't there, though, right? But that's the woman's job. She's to light the candles because she's the representation of the physical manifestation of the Creator. These are principles that we got to work with, man. Okay. It's a give and take relationship. It's a beautiful balance between them. All right. Yeah. So El Monte asked me, did we heard Sister Willa Nima? I did a webinar on her. So back in the Patreon, if we go to the collections tab and go to Night with the Saints, I'm quite sure we did her, because she was up in that Ferguson, Missouri area, Black woman who was a nun, and they digged up her body, and her body was in the same condition, called the incorruptible bodies. Black woman attained this state based off of being a Catholic nun. All right, believing in Christ. That's why I'm saying belief is a mug. Leave believing people alone. The believers, the Mumins, are good. Leave believing people alone. It's the non-believing people you got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. We familiar with her. All right. Quietly, I know I joke, but this is some of what I talk about when I say make it splash. Make it splash on them, Sharita. I had some beads that I just found after 6 years. I started wearing. Yeah, absolutely. Whatever you work with, man. Whatever you got, absolutely. I'm like, I pray a lot, obviously now. It's about your magnetism. right? Because there's some people who can, there's a skill set where a person can touch a belonging of somebody and then receive that information, like psychic information about them and stuff. So I try to indoctrinate myself or indoctrinate my bees with my aura, with my energy and whatnot. It's my resonance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, El Monte. Yep. I'm very familiar. Very familiar. I'm gonna make sure I got everything out the way, man. But I appreciate y'all, man. I got to get back over here to the page. I mean, back over here to the YouTube side. It's been a minute, man. But we working in the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's only $15. You know what I'm saying? But we are, working and you about to turn it up because I want all my chats popping. All my chat moderators. Your job is to make that chat pop. That's your job. Make it pop. You got free creative reign to do you, beautiful soul. Do you as the creator has endowed you to do. Be your best. Go. Make it pop. Right. And so it's just, we busy. We busy. And we're really about to be busy. Because basically every week we doing something when you understand the science of the moon. Why is that? Listen, the Hebrew culture, the Jews' moon calendar, Rosh Hashanah is based off the new moon in Virgo on average. The next following month, usually the Islamic New Year kicks in. The Chinese New Year is a new moon in Aquarius. I just told y'all about Easter at the top of the show. That's a moon science, right? So festivals and things are created within universal, laws. Only thing I'm doing is just giving us the game to say, hey, listen, man, we know that this is the truth, this is the truth, this is the truth. And I believe that these are the most effective ways that we can build our foundation. And these are the times in which we do XYZ. That's it. That's it. Right? Because all religions they're following astronomical data, especially the Catholic Church, because they own an observatory where they invest in looking into stars. They have astronomers. Some of their priests are astronomers. You can look it up. It's called the Vatican Observatory. Okay. All right. All right. That's it. We out. We out, man. God bless. I appreciate y'all so much. And I can't wait to see y'all again on the next video. All right. All right. Peace out.